Right. The concerns of our colleague from the other side, the NDC, yes, is very true. They've raised some concerns, and then the audio that we've listened to. But I think that if they could engage the EC further to let the EC know where the challenge is coming from, it would be of good interest for all of us.
So the story I was looking for, all NDC's identified anomalies have been corrected. EC, Deputy Chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Bosman Sari, has indicated that all the anomalies identified by the National Democratic Congress NDC on the voter register have been addressed. According to him, all the issues of transfer have also been corrected. All the issues the party claimed they have identified, I can assure the good people of the country that problems have been addressed. And it's their choice of words.
Okay.
All the issues they claim.
Yes, so
and this is a quote on Joy over the weekend.
Over the weekend.
Yes, and this is a quote. So they claim they've seen things, but we've addressed it.
Well, that is grammar.
It's not grammar.
But Annie, you should know.
This is mischievous grammar.
No, it's not mischievous. You should know. Reporting, of course. Maybe whoever is reporting will say that claimed.
No,
right.
No. This is a quote.
A quote.
Yes,
a quote.
This is how Joy wrote it.
Okay.
All the problems have been. The NDC claimed. They've identified. I can assure you.
Okay, so if it's over the weekend, well, I'm not the spokesperson for the EC, but since we are all political parties, we have interest in the electoral process. It is of interest to all of us. Yes, so whatever query that the NDC will bring up is of an interest to the NPP, likewise the other political parties. Right, so if the EC have stated that all the queries or claim that the claimed issues have been resolved, but I believe that the NDC should also go back and find out whether indeed what the EC said is true, than to go on demonstration. I mean, to be honest, yes, you demonstrate, but will the demonstration solve the problem? To what end? Will this solve the problem? So the best way is for us to engage the EC. And if we don't understand anything, we can call for IPAC, because it is our interest. Because where we are as an election year, since us as the NPP, we are focusing on winning the election. Likewise, the NDC too. So everything should be transparent. Everything should be open for all of us. So this is not about favoring a candidate or a party over the other. If you could remember when His Excellency Dr. Mamadou Babunya was submitting his nomination forms, he made mention of this to the EC. We need a transparent, free, fair elections. So whatever they are doing, they have to be fair to all of us as Ghanaians. You know, EC have served this country well. But just as it's an human institution, there might be some things that will not go well. And that is why, as stakeholders, interest groups, we have to come together. Yes, so if indeed, as per Dr. Bosman has said, that those issues have been rectified, then I believe that the NDC should also go back and check and verify if indeed that has been done, and then we are good to go. But to picket or nationwide demonstration, for me, will not serve the purpose. Because after that, what next? It's the same roundtable discussion that will go and then engage the EC. So why don't we do that in that angle and leave the demonstrations out? And then we sit table to table, roundtable, we'll talk about it. I think that one will be of good interest than to really call for demonstration. Yes, and if you can see, there are other individuals also making a remark. If you look at what Professor Sari said of CDD, talking about there should be an audit, you know, right. For me, one argument that actually didn't side with him, that I picked notice of that, argued that secrecy breeds suspicion and undermine the legitimacy of the electoral process. Yes. But I believe that that is why we all go to swear oaths of secrecy as an official, right? So if you talk about secrecy breeds suspicion, then meaning that then there is no way that we have to swear oath of secrecy.
No, you can't compare the two.
Why can't I compare?
You can't compare oath of secrecy and compare corrupt secret activities.
But where is the corrupt?
I mean, compared to corrupt secret activities,
let's be fair with
or alleged corrupt secret activities.
So where is it? Whatever is alleged is open for all of us. And as a media person, you know, you can quiz, you can find out, and know the truth in it. whether it's an allegation, whether indeed it's the truth that the people are talking about, right? So it's not about, we have secret
Remember that the
agenda.
EC was supposed to release a register to the parties by a certain date.
Right.
The EC failed and issued a few days to exhibition.
Right.
That alone puts pressure on the party to do its work before even the exhibition date.
Yes, so, Annie, the point is all political parties have interest. As MPP, we also have our database, right? The point is checks and balances. So if indeed we are serious as political parties, we need not solely depend on the EC. You know, you have to have your that's why we have the electoral system. All political parties have the electoral system too. You make sure that your electoral systems are right. You know the number of voters.
Parties are not responsible for register.
I know that, but
yes, there are some responsibilities. It is solely the responsibility of the EC. The parties only come in, you know, to tell you that, oh, I think this is wrong. I think this has done. And you understand? They only contribute, but the sole responsibility of the EC, electoral register, is the EC's.
Yes. So, like I said, it's all our interest, Annie, all of us. So first, I would prefer the NDC should confirm from what Bosman have said, if indeed those issues they raised has been rectified. Then two, moving forward, what next? Because the EC already has given us calendar. So we are all going by the calendar, looking at the timing that we have now. You see that, right? So we should go through, if we don't understand anything, we call for IPAC. Because at the end, they are 7 hour interest, and we have to make sure the right thing is done. You know, just as now, the EC is also looking at, I would say that the institution itself is also looking at ensuring transparency and credibility. He has also proposed that moving forward, they're going to establish, to post results online on their website.
Polling station results.
Exactly. So all these things are checks and balances for us as polling political parties to really understand the dynamics. So I beg of our opponents that they have to see reason with the EC. They have to go back and see if indeed their redress has been solved for them. I think that is good to go as a country. Then we'll move on, because in the minds and then the likes of others, people wouldn't really understand. So why this picketing? Why this demonstration? And unfortunately, it is coming from their candidate, Mr. Mahama, who has been a former president before. For me, I respect Mr. Mahama a lot, because being a former chief of staff of the army is not easy. And then having the national apparatus in your hands, you really have, or you've observed how the apparatus works in this country. So there are some utterances that need not to come from him at all as the leader of the party. Because I wouldn't know whether to call you an opposition leader or to call you a new president in waiting. You get my point? Because you've said before, all the privileges that an ex-president should enjoy, you are enjoying them. Ghanaians are cool with that, you see, but there are some utterances that, to me, it need not to come from Mr. Mahama at all.
Like?
You know, calling for the demonstration. You know, yesterday you went to Amount Room, right? Got South. There was a rally.
What was that? Is that illegal to call for demonstration?
Oh, no, it's not illegal, but the point is, you know, you are the face of the people.
You are a statesman.
Exactly. You see that? So yes, I know where you're going to, so don't say, honey. Whenever you pass through, I'll get you, so don't say, But the point is, you know, at some point in time, as a statesman, you know, how you talk, you know, it has that command. You see that? So we are all calling for peaceful election, but sometimes the utterances of our leaders also wouldn't help us. And I actually didn't expect this to come from him, because somebody somewhere want to do his or her own thing, will use this as a base in the name of demonstration. But when the person is being caught, will also turn another political argument that we are witch hunting the NDC, and that is not fair. So it shouldn't even come from him. However, I would wish that the NDC should look at the issues that they raise, whether it has been solved, they will move on as a country, and so that our electoral process will move on smoothly. Thank you.
All right. I wanted to capture some statements coming from the EC officials last week.
Okay.
Statements released, which sounded as though the EC itself was opposed to a political party, NDC. The wording of the statements was quite something to. Since you are calling on, you know, condemning former President Mahama's attempt to call for demonstration or support the demonstration. The Electoral Commission communicates in such a way that it poses as though it does not position itself to hear any political party if they raise issues for them to address. As though everything is, what is wrong with an audit?
Well,
what is the problem with auditing?
Well, there's no problem in auditing.
So what is it?
Well, if it is within their mandate, why not?
It is within their mandate. Why not?
Of course, so everything is transparent. So I believe that whatever concerns that we are looking for, auditing or no auditing, that is why they give us a register. We have to go through. You see that? You verify. So if there is any issue, you just mark it. Then when we go for Appiah, we talk about it. Right. So if all political parties agree that we call for audit, fine. That is the political party's position.
No, it's not. It's not. Well, is that a convention or that's
no? I'm
that's
saying
law
that because
that political parties must all agree.
No, I've not looked at the political parties' acts.
No.
But I'm saying that in a situation.
No, I'm telling
like
you that it's not something that is required for all political parties to agree. It depends on the grievances raised.
Yes.
And the weight of it.
Yes.
Because if a grievance, for example, like transfer of votes, when Dr. Manu Boama's video was played, he said that the Electoral Commission actually explained to them that if you come to the polling station and your name is not found in the register, once you have your ID card and you provide, they should let you write your name and then you can. What kind of set up for chaos is that?
Right. Well,
because you have thousands of names the party raised that have been transferred from not polling station to polling station, not polling station 1 to polling station B, but from constituency to constituency. How do I live in Tema West constituency and I should go and vote in Ablekuma North?
Well, yes. So, Annie, all is set. EC has redressed it, address the concern. So let the NDC confirm. That's what we are also looking for.
They want to use audits to confirm.
They want to use audits.
Yes.
Fine. So if it is within the mandate, why not?
Okay.